We're going to take a look now at a concept of estimation. But in order to estimate, to find out the value of something, we often use the concept of rounding. We learned about rounding in grade 5. Let's do a little revision now on rounding. So if you look at this question over here, what is happening is we are given the number 473. And we are asked to round it to the nearest 10. Now remember, to round to the nearest 10, go and look at the digit after the 10 unit. This is 73. Because the 3 is lower or less than 5, what we do is we round it down. We go back to the next lowest amount, and the next lowest amount, which is in nearest 10, will be 470. If that was greater than 5 or greater, we would have gone up to 480. For example, what about 463? So 463 over here, if we take a look, here we're going to round it to the nearest 100. So we've got 63. Hundreds go 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. So if we are looking at hundreds and we've got 400 and something, we need to look at the 6 now. This is 63. If this is 50 or more, we go up. If it's less than 50, we go down. So since the 63 is more than 50, the next biggest 100 after 463 will take us therefore to 500. So that number rounded to hundreds takes us to 500. What would you have done if I said round this to the nearest 10? Well, to the nearest 10, you're doing 63. You'd look at the 3. Because after your 6, you only get a 3, and that 3 is less than 5, in which case the nearest 10 would be an answer of 460. So 463 to the nearest 10 is just 460. But 463 to the nearest 100, you need to look at the 63, and that takes you up to 500. Let's look at the next concept now. So the next concept here, let's go and round here. What happens if we're rounding to the nearest 1,000? So if you've got a number 1,633, what would this be to the nearest 1,000? Well, that's 1,000. Are we going to go back down, or are we going to go to the next 1,000, which is 2,000? Well, what we need to look at are these digits. After the 1,000, you've got 633. If you had anything from 500 or more, you'd have to go to the next upward 1,000. So the next upward 1,000 after 1,000 takes us to 2,000. So this number 6 is the key. It's greater than 5. You've got to go up. So how would you put this into practice? How would you estimate this answer? If I said add 45,202 to 12,842, how would you get a quick estimate of what this is? Well, if you round this to the nearest 1,000, 45,202, this is less than 500, you would just say that's about 45,000. Similarly, if you look at 12,842, the 8 is greater than 5, so the 12,842 would be rounded up to 13,000. So what is 45,000 plus 13,000? Well, a quick way of doing it is, what is 45 plus 13? 5 and 3 is 8, 4 and 1 is 5. So 45 plus 13 is 58. But since we've got 3 noughts, it's 58,000. So a quick way of adding numbers, if you aren't going to use your calculator, 45,000 plus 13,000, forget about the thousands. What's 45 plus 13? It is 58. So it's 58,000. So here you can see what we've done is we've estimated our numbers and we've arrived at the answers. Okay, what about this? We've got 12,308 as a number, and we've got 12,255 as a number. And when we look at these two numbers, you would agree that both of these numbers are quite close to the number 12,300. So a clever way of estimating, if you had to add together 12,308 and 12,255, you could say that both of these numbers are quite close to the number 12,300. So all you'd need to do is double 12,300 to get an estimate of when you add these two together. So doubling 12,300 gets you 24,600. So 24,600 is a close estimate to adding these two together. So another technique is to look at the two numbers. If the two numbers are close to each other, find a simple number that you could make it. So 12,000 something is close to 12,300 because they were both 200 and something or 300 and something. So 12,300 is an easy number to work with. Double 12,300 gets you 24,600 as your estimate.